Welcome to my new in makeup drawer. Now, this is the drawer that everything new goes in. That's why it's called the new in makeup drawer. All my PR, all my recent purchases are in this little drawer, and today I just want to sort it out. I want to put it back in my collection. I know that Paige, I don't know her second name. She did a series like this on her YouTube channel, and you know what? I really want to try and do it myself. This angle doesn't seem to be the best, so please bear with me. If you want this series to continue, please let me know, and I would be happy to do that. So we're going to go through everything today, share some thoughts, share some opinions, and then we're going to pop it all back in my makeup collection. You can see my huge collection. It is massive. But just before we do jump into the video today, guys, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. I upload every single day here on my YouTube channel. I love bright, fun, colourful makeup, project panning, get ready with me's, all that kind of stuff. And I do want to say the biggest thank you before we jump into it, because it is you guys that have allowed me to get so much new products in PR and purchases and all that kind of stuff. It really means the world to me. I can never, ever, ever tell you how grateful I am. So all that cushy stuff out the way, let's jump into it. Okay, where do I start? Let's start with these. These are the Pastel Roses little quads. I did get these sent to me in PR. So we have, look how cute this is. This is the Tropical Paradise. I might keep this in my new in drawer because I've not been able to play around with it yet, and I really, really want to. So I might keep that in here. This one is the Summer Mixtape, which again is so stunning. This is a very like summer autumnal color story, and you can get 20% off all the Pastel Roses with code CAITLIN20. They are beautiful duochromes. I have done a look with this, and like, oh, so pretty, so pretty. I have done a get ready with me with those products. I love the Pastel Roses. It's one of my favorite brands. And then Summer Breeze is obviously my favorite. This is the blue quad. Like, you all know I love a blue eyeshadow palette, and a blue quad is absolutely up my street. So I have really been enjoying these. So the reason that I've decided to do kind of like a new in makeup drawer is because I sometimes put products back in my makeup collection and then forget they exist. So this just really allows me to actually use things and actually love things. And if I don't really know what to use that day, I'll just open this drawer and then see what the dealio is. So all of these are stunning. I think they're like $11.99. $13.99 or $11.99, one or the other. My code CAITLIN20 get you 20% off. So love those. Next, I did a full face of Troublemaker cosmetics. So I did do that video. You can go and see my first impressions if you have not already. This, I did a second impression with this foundation, and after only 2 uses, it's pretty much like run out, and it's really hard to get product out. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. I'm not sure if it's still going to be good to go. Who knows? But I mean, it looks nice. I'm just very confused by that. Then we have, let's talk about some cheek products from Troublemaker. This is the Glowy Highlight. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this just because it's so yellow and I can't open these products. Oh my god, that was my biggest like gripe with this whole makeup line. I can't open them. They're products. Oh, I've done it. Oh my god, it is so difficult to open. Why? This is in the shade Disco Dust Light Gold. This is too golden for me. This is like yellow gold on my cheeks, and I just don't like how that looks. So unfortunately, this is probably going to be decluttered, but that was my fault because I didn't check the shade ranges properly. My fault. Sorry. I've been loving this though. This is the Rascal Bronzer. This is such a pigmented bronzer. So if you're looking for a super affordable, let's see if I can, no, I can't. Oh god. Okay. Why is that so difficult? Like my nail, I've chipped my nail right on the end. I don't know if you can see there. I've chipped my nail because of these products. That is craziness. I mean, it's great quality, Really, really like that. And then the blush, I've actually been using this blush quite a lot. You guys seem to love this blush whenever I use it. It's the Troublemaker Bouncy Blush in the shade Swish Purple. And I mean, it is such a fun color. The reason I chose this blush is because it was such a fun color. And I want to be a little bit more creative with my blushes. So this is definitely a creative, crazy blush. Love that. Then, oh my gosh, this might be my new favorite drugstore eyeshadow palette. I'm not even gonna lie. I've done a few looks. I opened it. Oh my gosh, we're getting there. Look how pretty this palette is. And the shimmers are like I swatch this one every single time, but I'll swatch some of the others. I adore this palette so much. This is £10 and I will swatch the shades for you. £10 and it's got duochromes. £10 duochromes. Are you joking me? I'm in awe and shocked and baffled by that. That is just craziness. The mattes are amazing as well. The mattes are so creamy and blendable and just gorgeous. And maybe I will get a few more Troublemaker eyeshadow palettes. Let me know if you want to see that because that would be so much fun. I'm obsessed with this brand for quality. The packaging makes me want to throw my head against a wall every single time though. That is something I will say. Packaging is not it. Troublemaker, please fix that. So 2 lip products from Troublemaker. This is the, what is this? Romy Aura Balm. And this is actually so unique. Like I said before, I'm wanting to get more unique products in my makeup collection. This is a black lip balm and it's not like super pigmented and opaque. It is quite a kind of grey cast, but I quite like it. For things that are maybe a bit too saturated for me, this is a really, really nice product. And then this lip liner is exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a cool toned dark brown, and that is definitely a cool toned dark brown. So I love both of these as well. Such good products. Will I reach for these every single day? I mean, probably not. But I'm glad that I have them in my collection. When my collection started getting so big that I, was struggling a little bit, I kind of came to the realization that I needed to get some new, like, interesting products. The amount of peach blushes I have is ridiculous. So I needed to just, widen my horizons a little bit and see what I wanted. And I'm glad that I've been getting some more unique products. Speaking of which, this is beautiful. I've been obsessed with this. This is the Barry M Glazed Peptide Lip Oil. So I did buy this myself and I bought all the Troublemaker stuff myself as well. This is a blue lip gloss. Are you joking me? It's a blue lip gloss. Oh my gosh. It gives the most beautiful blue sparkly effect on the lips. I love blue. Blue is my happy color. I'm obsessed. I love this. I think Barry M is such a underrated brand at the drugstore. Oh my goodness me. I really want to do a full face of Barry M. So definitely let me know if you wanted to see that. I was in Birmingham for dating event from hell. that update has gone live. It is hopefully the final update of my dating horror stories, but they have the biggest Primark in the UK, I'm pretty sure. And Primark now sells Essence and Catrice, so I did get a backup of my favourite mascara. This is the Lash Princess. I love this mascara so much. I love it. I have heard a lot of people say that they don't like it because it transfers. Just put a little bit of brow glue on your lower lash line, or brow gel, even better. Something that's not too sticky. Put it on your lower lashes after you put this on, and it will just make like a seal. And it won't transfer anymore. That's the same for any mascara. You're welcome. This is my life. I did buy this. That is in the new in drawer, but I know I love it, so that can definitely go back in my collection. Oh, another Troublemaker product. The loose powder. I've been using this a lot, to be honest. I have been using this so much. I really, really enjoy it. And yeah, it's really good. I have a little bit of an expectation of drugstore powders. Like, they're okay, but this one is really, really nice. I do like that. Smoothing. Is it the absolute best in the world? No. but it's still really, really good. Okay, this is actually a release that was from a while ago. However, it's still in my new in drawer because I use this. Can it even fit in frame? There we go. I use this all the time for my dating events. Whenever I want to do full glam, full bish bash bosh makeup, I have started using this a hell of a lot, which is interesting because when I first bought this palette, I'm not gonna lie, I bought it for review purposes. I didn't actually think that I'd be getting this much use on it, but I really, really am. I'll do a get ready with me at some point doing my full glam dating event makeup. But I start with this shade. I can't see the shade names because I'm like looking down like this. But I start with this shade as a winged eyeliner. And then I smoke it out with this shade. And is that the only two shades I actually use? I use this on the inner corner. Oh my god, I think that's literally it. And then I deepen it up with a black pencil eyeliner. And then I put a Pastel Roses shimmery sparkly eyeshadow on top. And I feel good. I feel so good. Could I do that look with like any other eyeshadow palette? Yeah, because I'm just using two very, very neutral shades. But I've been obsessed with this. I really, really have been. So, wow, get me. That's the Desert Haze, by the way, from Beauty Bay. I don't know if I said that. Whoopsies. Matte base. My Revolution matte base. One of you guys did link me this. This is my favorite foundation that has been discontinued. And one of you guys messaged me on Instagram and was like, Caitlin, this is not a drill. I have found the Revolution matte base and I ordered it. You bet I did. They had my shade and I ran. Okay, I did not walk, I ran. So I did buy this as well. I love this. So this is a backup. It will go back in my collection, but I'm excited for that. Okay, these things at the back, these were decluttered a while ago. These were decluttered and my original plan was to sell them. I tried to sell them and no one was interested, so I'm just going to put them back in my collection, I think. Just because I tried to sell them. If anyone wants these, let me know. But I've got MAC Peaches, which is a classic, to be honest. Maybe this is a good thing that no one wanted this because I think for my channel, it would be quite a good one to keep. Then I have Fenty Sangria Sunset Mimosa Sunrise, which is such a fun blush product. So again, I'm not too mad that no one wanted these. I originally was selling these to pay for Stan's vet bills. I did do a whole declutter for Stan because when we first got him, if you don't know, Stan's my dog. When we first got him, he had a lot of underlying health conditions that we didn't actually realize. And obviously, vet bills are really expensive. So I did a whole declutter trying to raise money for him. And then I've got a Kevyn Aucoin bronzer. Maybe this will be good for like expensive, like bougie get ready with me's or something. So you know what? It's not the end of the world that they're still in my collection, but you know what? It's fine. I'm going to put them back. They've lived at the back of this drawer for months and months and months and months. So it's just time to put them back. Hopefully use them a little bit. Now that Stan's vet bills are all cleared, you know, I don't actually need it anymore. I bought these lips because I wanted to put them in the back of some B-rolls. So I wanted to, my original plan, it was a wild plan, but I kind of still want to do it. I want to redo my B-rolls, but I want to make it like a whole set. You know, that's going to be like a week of filming B-rolls, but I wanted this for my like lipstick B-rolls. And I was going to put them on my like spinny turntable and I was going to like have a whole setup, but you know what? They can stay there just for a little bit. I've got nowhere else to put them. So yeah, that was back when I had my studio and I no longer have my studio. So it's a little bit difficult to do things like that. Let's talk about this. I'm obsessed. So this was a BYOP that Lethal sent over. They let me design this palette and then they sent it over in PR, which is so beautiful. Look at that palette. And I feel kind of bad because I have not been the nicest to Lethal Cosmetics because I have one of their BYOP palettes, and that's Build Your Own palette, by the way, BYOP. I have one of their palettes from a few years ago, and it was awful. It was so bad. The quality was not it. And so I was a little bit apprehensive to accept this PR, but this quality is so much better than their quality from a few years ago. And a lot of you guys were saying that. A lot of you guys said to me, Caitlin, do not judge Lethal by their old formula because this formula is so much better, and you are right. I've done a Get Ready With Me with this palette. It would have been the dating horror story, the dating finale, hopefully. I hope it's the finale, oh my god. But that was titled something like my ghoster showed up to a dating event. Yeah, it was wild. So I'll link it up in the cards if you wanted to see it in action. Really pretty. I do have a code with Lethal. It is caitlin.c_official10. A little bit wordy, but that is my Instagram handle. So they definitely found me on Instagram. But yeah, Lethal, you've redeemed yourself, babe. If you are wanting to try Lethal, definitely use my code because it will get you some money off. And it also means the world to me. Then we have more PR. Attraction Cosmetics. This is a brand I've fallen in love with. This is so freaking cute. This is a beautiful pink blush on the top. This blush color, I was a little bit scared of at first because, as I said, I do a lot of peach blushes. Peach blushes are like my jam. This is very pink. So I was kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do with this, but I put it on and I love it. I'm going to do a shorts applying this because everyone needs to know how beautiful it is. And then on the bottom, we have the most gorgeous blinding highlight you have ever seen in your life. I don't know how to swatch these. Look at that. Are you kidding me? That is craziness. I love this brand so much. So if you're looking for a really nice highlight blush duo product, this I would definitely recommend. And then finally, for PR, we have the Blushing Poppies palette. Look at that. These are from Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics. They're a small UK indie brand. And all of these blushes are so cute, made for every skin tone, every undertone. It is so gorgeous, so pigmented as well. So definitely be warned if you have this or if you buy this. I've only used these two shades as of right now, but I love them. And then finally in this drawer, this is the Indigo Dreams eyeshadow palette. And this is from Poppy and Fluff as well. Probably not my ideal color story. It's a little bit too springy poppy for me. Like, I mean, poppy is in like poor, not the flower. You know what I mean? I'm more like grunge color. But I still really like this palette. I did do a Get Ready With Me with this palette. It would have been my full face of first impressions. And I'll link that up in the cards as well if you're interested. So that is everything in my new in drawer. We can finally close this drawer and let's put away some makeup. I'm really excited. Okay, so I have my base drawer here. We don't have any new concealers. Concealers are all the way down there, but we do have powder and foundation. So there's actually two foundations, the Troublemaker Juno and the New Revolution Matte Base. So I feel like this can pop in that nice spot there. So I think I'm going to put the new matte base underneath the old matte base, if I can put it in there, just so I can use the old one first. And then I can get to the second one, the newer one, because I want to finish this old one. This is one I've been too scared to use up because I don't have a replacement, but now I do have a replacement in the right shade as well. So I feel like I can actually use that up now and Project Pan that. And then a loose powder is the Troublemaker on the Loose. Perfect spot for it right there. I love how my powders are looking right now. They're like, oh, they're just the perfect amount to fit in this little section. And I'm so happy about it. And then my replacement Lash Princess can go in my little mascara section there. I think that looks good. I don't think there's any other base products. So let's move on to the cheek section. Okay, cheek drawer is here. We've got a lot of cheek products to put back in here. So let me grab them. Oh my God, right, there are so many cheek products. Let's start with the old products that did not get sold, first of all. I like to put my products in height order. So the smallest goes at the front and then the biggest go at the back. So we'll can kind of pop that one there. And then the MAC blush is kind of a similar size to Milani and Primark, so that can go there. And then my bronzer is gonna have to stand up this way. That's so annoying because it doesn't fit that way. Oh, maybe it can just go like there. That's really ugly though. I don't like how that looks. Oh, this bronzer. Why did no one buy this bronzer? If anyone wants a bronzer, please let me know. You know what? I'll just pop it there. That is not how I want it to look, but it's just gonna have to go there. I've got another bronzer from Troublemaker, which I hope can go here. There we go. Wow, the bronzers are really starting to fill up. Okay, the blush from Troublemaker. Perfect. That fits there. Then we have the blush and highlight from Attraction. Now, I don't really know if I want this in the blush or the highlight section because it is a duo product. Let's see where it fits the best. I mean, it looks pretty cute in with the blushes, so let's go with that. And then this highlight from Troublemaker. Boom. Beautiful. Fits perfect there. We also have the little blush palette from Poppy and Fluff. I think that can go like there. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the cheek products. My drawers look so full right now, which is craziness, but hey, here we go. Good things, good things. And now let's tackle eyeshadows. All right, eyeshadow palette drawer. You know what? I think this is just getting a little bit full. So I think what I'm going to do is try and make a 4th row of eyeshadow palettes because I'm just getting quite overwhelmed. Like, all of these are so full. And so I just want it to be spread out a little bit more. So what I think I'm going to do is just kind of do a little bit of a time lapse and try and sort something out right now because I'm struggling a bit. I don't know if that looks better or worse, but there's so many palettes still in like this section. I just don't know where to put them all. Okay, I feel like they're a bit more spaced out now, which is kind of what I wanted. So now let's refill it again. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eyeshadow palettes to put back in here. Oh my goodness. Obviously, I'm so grateful. But oh boy, we're getting a little bit cramped. So these can come in my little small palette section there. That is like now not moving. I cannot fit any more palettes in this section. Okay, let's pop this in here. I'd love to get new drawers for my makeup collection. I'd love to have like an indie drawer, a drugstore drawer, and a high-end drawer. However, right now, everything is just thrown in here because there is no room for it. I do have a beauty bay section for the Desert Haze. There we go. My new Lethal palette can go with my old Lethal palette down here. And then my Indigo Dreams maybe could go in that far section as well. Like that. This is one crammed eyeshadow drawer. And I know that I'm getting one more eyeshadow palette at least in the next week. So, and it's my birthday this week. Okay. Here we go. This is my eyeshadow drawer. That's a lot. That's crammed. I think I might have to clear out another drawer somewhere because this is craziness. So yeah, this was a bit of a different video. If you liked it, definitely let me know. I can keep doing these kind of videos every few months. Go through my new in drawer, really give you an in-depth review, and then put it back in my makeup collection. Let me know if you'd like to see that. Definitely like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!